Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a Logan statue house. I haven't done anything superhero related in quite some time, and since Wolverine's one of my favourite superheroes, I decided that I would make this. So this is a Wolverine / Logan statue house. Here we have an older version of Wolverine, as in line with the Logan movie, popping out of the floor with his claws out and a cool graphic underneath. The way that this constitutes as a house is, as you can see, at the base of the statue, we can walk up and we can climb up into Logan's head, and inside here we have some beds, we have some crafting tables, and we have plenty of storage space. Admittedly, it's not the best house in the world. It really is just a bit of fun that you can add to your survival worlds or your creative worlds that does also have some functionality as well. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. If you do, please do remember to smack that like button, subscribe to the channel for more, and please say hello if you subscribe and click the little bell next to the subscription button if you do actually subscribe. That'll ensure that you get all of my videos sent directly to your sub box. But without any further ado, let me show you how to make this really easy house. So if you want to make it, here's what you'll need. Grab yourself some block of iron, some cyan hardened clay, some white hardened clay, brown hardened clay, white wool, cyan wool, red hardened clay, yellow hardened clay, and some stone slabs. These are the only materials that we'll be needing. However, if you do want to do the inside of the statue / house, then you will obviously need like beds, chests, all that sort of stuff. But these are the only materials you actually need to make the actual Logan portion of this house. Everything else is kind of extra. So grab everything that you see there. Once you have all of this stuff, and once you've figured out where you want to make it, I'm going to be making it right here, you're going to want to kick off Logan with a row of 8 cyan wool coming directly up from the ground. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go right of that 8th cyan wool block by 1, go down by 2, 1, 2, then do a block of iron, cyan, block of iron, cyan, block of iron, coming all the way down to the ground. What you then want to do is, going right of that last block of iron, you want to leave a gap of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's a gap of 4, and then on this 5th block you want to place another block of iron. And on top of that, a cyan wool, block of iron, cyan wool, block of iron, 3 cyan, 1, 2, 3. Go right of that by doing an entire row of cyan directly to the right, like this. We now want to take these 2 bits of shirt that we have here, and we want to do this. We want to place cyan wool in front of the top 2 blocks going across, like this. And then we want to take the inner cyan wool blocks and extend them down by 1 to create a right angle shape like this. That is quite simply the collar of Logan's shirt. Now, we want to take these 2 end rows of cyan wool blocks, and we want to take the end rows, the big long rows, and we want to extend them backwards by 3 rows. So that's 1, 2, 3, and we want to take every single row in the cyan backwards by 3, like this. So that's 1 row like this, 2, 3. Connect them together at the back. So connect one side to the other using your rows of cyan. You will form a nice solid shape like this. And that is what you're looking to get. Perfect. The next thing we want to do is we want to do like Logan's chest area, his vest, that sort of stuff. So what we want to do is quite simple. We want to, starting from inside of the statue, connecting these 2 bottom iron blocks together diagonally, 1 row behind them, we want to have a row of white wool connecting them, such as this. We then want to add 5 rows of white on top of this. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we want to add 5 rows of white directly on top, like that. We then want to take the 2 middle blocks and add white hardened clay on top. Add another layer on top, and extend that second row outwards by 1 row each. Place white wool everywhere else that you've left gaps, and there you have Logan's chest. The next thing we want to do is Logan's head, because that's kind of important, believe it or not. So, we want to take the top front right-hand corner of the statue, which is actually this, like, not the collar, but come up to the top, and you want to take this part of the statue, and we want to place a cyan hardened clay on top of it. Extend it all the way to the right until it sits on top of the opposite part, like that. Take that row of cyan and extend it forwards by 2 rows. 1 row, and then 2 rows in front of the collar. It's 1 row in front of the collar, but 2 rows in front of the statue. On top of this row, we want to do this sequence of blocks going from left to right. Do 1 cyan, 1 white, 1 cyan, 2 white, 1 cyan, 1 white, 1 cyan. Do the next row and go from left to right and do 1 cyan, 2 white, 2 cyan, 2 white, 1 cyan. For the next row, do an entire row of white hardened clay. For the next row, do 1 white clay, 1 white wool, 1 brown, 2 white clay, 1 brown clay, 1 white wool, 1 white clay. For the next row, going from left to right, do 1 cyan clay, 1 white clay, 1 cyan, 4 white hardened clay, 1 cyan. For the next row, do 3 cyan, 1 white, 2 cyan, 1 white, 1 cyan. And finally do an entire row of cyan to cap that off. So, we want to end up with Logan's face exactly like that. Now, the way that we want to customize Logan's head, because Logan doesn't have very much going on. You see, he's a very hairy guy. As a matter of fact, we only have to add ears to his head. The rest of it is simply cyan clay. So, if you come to the side of the head and you see these 2 white clays, you want to add another row of white clay behind them, like this. You want to extend that row of white clay down by 1. You then want to take the row of original 2 white clay and place a row of cyan clay behind it, followed by a white hardened clay, and there you actually have the detail of Logan's head, so he's not completely like 100% fur, and that is his ear. You want a similar pattern on the opposite side, so we want to extend backwards with the white clay, cyan clay, white, and we also want the first row extended downwards, such as that. We want to take this bottom back row of cyan hardened clay, and we want to extend this row of clay backwards by 5 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Essentially, we're extending it across the back of the statue by 2 rows. So we want to take every single one of those cyan hardened clays, and we want to extend them backwards. Every single one of them. It will take a second or 2 to do, but it has to be done. Like that. Raise up the back 2 corners of the head until they are equal in line with the front of the head. So, just have to plot one there. Connect them all together, and also to the front of the head as well. So, raise them up, connect them together. That is exactly what you're after. Fill in the sides of the head. Left, right, back, top. Fill all of them in with cyan hardened clay. As I mentioned before, Logan is quite a hairy guy. I mean, he's just about 100% animal. I mean, if we take into account the claws, the snarling, the heightened sense of smell, and regenerative healing, and he's basically like an octopus. I think that that's probably the closest animal we can compare Logan to. Yeah, probably not, eh? But, you know. If you want a source of natural light coming into the house, you might feel free, or you might want to place some grey glass on the top of the head instead of cyan clay. It's up to you, you don't have to. But if you want natural light, you might want to do that. It's up to you, like I said. But that is Logan. Almost. We have to add his arms. So, to add Logan's arms, we want to come to the left or right hand side of his body. Both of the arms are different. And you want to, say you're on the left hand side of the body, come all the way up to the upper left hand corner of the body, which is right here. And you want to extend this block outwards towards yourself by 4 with the cyan wool. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Take that block, extend it to the right by 3. 1, 2, 3. Connect it back to the body. Take these 2 outer corners and extend them down by 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Connect them together and connect them to Logan himself, like this. We want to take each one of the front 4 corners of the cyan wool, and we want to extend them forwards by 8 with the white hardened clay. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we want to do the same here as well, like this. We want to connect all of these white clays together like that. And now we want to fill in the arm with cyan wool. We want to fill in the white clay with, well, where we have the white clay, we want to fill in with white clay. You guys get the idea. Wherever you have, like, the white clay outline, you obviously fill that in with white clay. Wherever you have the cyan wool outline, you'll want to fill in with cyan wool. I'm sure that you guys can figure that out, no problem. So we're just going to go ahead and fill all of these in with their respective colors, like that, and also like this too. So we'll just fill this in and this in. So we just want to have something which so far look like that. However, we also want to give Logan claws, as you might expect. So, come to the outer part of the arm and start from the corner of the hand. So here, we want to place 3 stone slabs, each half a block away from each other. So we want to take the lower half of this block, place a stone slab. Leave half a gap, stone slab, half a gap, stone slab. Now, this isn't perfectly like in the center of the hand, but it is impossible to do so with 4 blocks and 3 slabs. It doesn't work. So that's what we're going with. Extend each one of these slabs outwards by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that. So there you have his claws. Perfect. Now you've done that once, you want to come to the other end, Logan, the opposite side, and we want to take the back right hand corner of this side of the statue, and we want to extend it outwards by 4 with the cyan wool. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And we now want to extend it forwards by 3. 1, 2, 3. Connect it back to the statue. Take the 2 outer corners here and the 2 inside corners, if you like, the 4 bottom corners, and extend them down each by 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. You want to take each of the corners and you want to connect them together using your cyan wool. We then want to extend those corners down to the ground using your white hardened clay, as you can see me doing here. So we want to extend them down to the ground using your white hardened clay, such as this. And you want to take now the 4 front corners of your white hardened clay and you want to extend them forward each by 8. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the exact same for every single other one of the corners. And eventually, when we have all of our rows, which we shouldn't be too far off of, we want to connect them all together like that. And once that's done, I'm sure that I don't have to tell you guys that the next bit of this is to fill in the arm with white hardened clay and to fill the upper arm in with cyan wool. So fill the lower arm in with white clay, fill the upper half in with cyan wool. It's pretty obvious where you have to put what, because it's basically like kind of like just like fill in the areas. It's like a coloring book. It's you just fill in where you see like the boundaries of the particular part of whatever you're trying to fill in. You guys get the idea. But there we have Logan's 2 arms. The last thing we have to do is give him claws. So again, we want to come to this arm on the outer part. We want to come to the top, leave half a gap, place a stone slab. Half a gap slab, half a gap slab. Take each one of these slabs and extend them forwards by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. So, we want to have something which should look like that. And that is, of course, the main part of this statue. That's pretty much most of it. However, if you like, now I'm not 100% sure I like this, but it could easily be modified and stuff. If you come to the bottom front left-hand corner of the statue, and you dig into the ground from the front left-hand corner of the statue, and you come outwards diagonally by 6, so like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then come towards yourself by 2, 1, 2, go right by 2, 1, 2, then do 6 upright diagonals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like this. And then if you actually add another diagonal to that and go right by 1, then do 3 bottom right diagonals, 1, 2, 3. And then you like kind of trace along through the arm. So you kind of like want to trace along through the arm, and you kind of like want to come outwards, and you want to find the edge of Logan's hand and go to the right of Logan's hand by 2, dig into the ground, then go up by 2, and then kind of like dig inwards like this, place yellow inside of the empty space like that, and actually place yellow everywhere. So everywhere that you've just dug out, place yellow. We might even dig around Logan, so like dig around the base of his body like this, and all the way around the back, and all the way here, and I think that we'll connect all of this together using yellow clay. And what we're basically going to do now, after we've just done this little bit here, is we are going to simply dig all the way inside of this little template that we've dug into the ground. We'll dig all the way inside, we'll remove all the grass and all that stuff. And we're going to place red hardened clay inside of where we've dug out. And this basically, it's really what I wanted to make was like 2 slash marks on the ground, like 2 cool looking slash marks where Logan has obviously like slashed something with his claws. I didn't really want to like add blood and stuff because I kind of want to keep it nice and clean and kind of like friendly. So I kind of wanted to add 2 like slash marks where he might have like took his claws out and kind of like slashed in a way that you would expect Logan to. So that's what this is basically. Also, if you want to crack open the statue, knock open the 4 bottom center white squares. You might want to also use red hardened clay for the base of your statue. So you might want to use red hardened clay. I kind of like to seal off like the inside of the statue a little bit. So I kind of like only want to be able to walk around the center of Logan. So I only want to be able to walk around like Logan's head. That's where I think that I should be walking around. So I'm going to fill in everywhere inside of the body leading up to the head like this. I'm going to fill everywhere in so that I can't like go left or right. So it's very streamlined going up to Logan's actual head, which is of course where the house is. I'm going to run 2 ladders coming upwards from the ground floor like this. And this is where we would put our bedroom. Of course, your bedroom might look a little bit more extravagant than this, but we're going to do a very quick job of this. We have a couple of beds. We have some set of double chests in the back. We might also feel as though that we want to add some additional crafting supplies and some stuff like that. We can turn this into a nice survival house. And then, if we like, all we have to do is we just have to use like a series of like oak wood slabs and stuff, and we can kind of like just turn this into a nice closed off survivally base hidden away in Logan's head. So something like this, except a little bit more detailed, probably would look quite nice. And that's the statue, guys. If we make our way back down outside, we can actually take a look at this thing. So, if we take a look, this is the Logan statue. I don't know what else to tell you. That's pretty much everything made completely. Hopefully, you guys have enjoyed this. If you have, please do let me know if you'd like to see some more superhero-related builds. I actually have quite a few in mind. I have at the very least 3 more in mind, but you'll have to let me know if you want to see something specific or nothing superhero related at all. Just leave a suggestion down below, I do read your comments. Also, like the video if you have enjoyed it. If you like, please do subscribe to the channel. You'll probably like all of my other stuff. If you subscribe, say hello and click the little bell next to the subscription button to ensure that you get all of my videos sent directly to your sub box. And guys, if you do want to check out the rest of my channel, check out the card system and the description below. Because we do not just make superhero related builds. We make all sorts of stuff. We make loads of it. Huge amounts of stuff. So please do check out the rest of the channel if you do want to make all sorts of stuff. Ranging from houses to city builds to park builds to all of it. It's all in the card system. It's all in its own individual playlist. Check it all out. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching.